What's good? It's your boy Jay, that's me. Let's dive into TNA Impact from March the 28th, 2024. A pretty okay show for the most part. We have 3 more weeks until Rebellion. And this show was okay. There was some bad on this show, but it is what it is. So we kicked the show off with the first match of the night. Ash by Elegance was supposed to be involved in this match. It was an 8-4-1 match. Basically what it is an 8-man tag or an 8-woman tag or whatever. It breaks down into that, and then it breaks down into a fatal 4-way, and that's how you determine the winner. I've never really liked the concept. I thought it was basically dumb. Just do like a battle royal or whatever, something like that, or an 8-woman scramble. That'd have been fine, but I don't like that concept. But anyway, Ash by Elegance, a.k.a. Dana Brooke, suffered some cosmetic touch-ups, and she's not able to wrestle for at least 72 hours, which was funny. I enjoyed that. So, Steph De Lander, she showed up. She was her replacement. So, Steph De Lander ended up winning the match via the help of Matt Cardona. He came out, he did a radio silence to Rosemary, and then Steph De Lander followed it up with the TKO. So she's going to be facing Jordynne Grace at Rebellion. It's fine, I guess. Makes sense. And then Masha Slamovich, she got rolled up by Danny Luna. So I guess they're going to continue their feud, with Spitfire. It's going to be, Spitfire. It's probably going to be a triple threat tag team match at Rebellion. I can already see the writing on the wall for that one. So, who gives a damn? But it is what it is. They're also going to continue the Ash by Elegance and Xia Brookside feud as well. That's continuing because Ash by Elegance, she got involved in the match, and for whatever reason, she was ejected by the official, which was dumb. It's a fatal 4-way. Like, there's no DQs. Like, why even make that? So, but it makes sense. So, moving on from that. Oh, wait, no. I want to talk about Matt Cardona for one split second. Matt Cardona showing back up TNA is fine. Is he going to be going to WWE as the rumors suggest? Probably not. Like, why would he go to WWE when he can still just be king of the indies and do dates for TNA, do dates for GCW, and just work on the indies? There's no point of him going back to WWE just because his hot wife, Chelsea Green, is there. It doesn't make any sense. Why? He's just going to be in the mid-card. He's not going to be a world champion. The only thing that he could do in WWE is just be a mid-card champion. He would either be the Intercontinental Champion or the U.S. Champion, or they could put him in NXT for a while, which would be kind of fun. But Matt Cardona, he might as well stay right where he's at. That's just my own personal opinion. Moving on. So, there's more dissension within Time Machine. So, Alex Shelley, he accuses Chris Sabin of looking out for himself in his singles match against Steve Maclin later on in the night. So, Alex Shelley thinks that he should do the same thing, which actually kind of makes sense. They're basically going to split up the Motor City Machine Guns, well, Time Machine in general, they're going to split them up anyway, which is fine. This has been going on for a month and a half now, so this should all come to a head at Rebellion, but I doubt it because what I've looked into, the rumor has it that the Motor City Machine Guns are free agents. So that's what I've heard. And that's what it seems like, too. That's really what it seems like. Since Chris Sabin lost to Maclin clean in the main event. So, I don't know. Like, damn. It seems like they're done for. Like, why wouldn't the Motor City Machine Guns go to a WWE or AEW? Again, they've been in TNA for years. They've been TNA originals for years. It's time for them to spread their wings and go on to higher heights. Moving on. So, Chris Bay and Ace Austin, they're having a conversation. So, Ace Austin tells him that they should be focusing on reclaiming the TNA World Tag Team Championships. Chris Bay says, why not? Why can't he do both? And then he vows to take care of Frankie Kazarian, which Ace Austin gives him the nod to, go ahead and do it because he couldn't do it. So it makes sense. I mean, I don't know why they're causing a dissension amongst them. I doubt it. I like Ace and Bay. They're great. But, man, I could really see those guys in NXT. Like, they've been getting shit in TNA for a minute. For the past, I want to say 3 to 4 years. Because Ace Austin's been with TNA since, I think, 2018? And, he's been 2-time X Division champion. Chris Bay, I think, same thing. So, to me, they both deserve better. I could easily see those guys in NXT tearing it up. I really could. I ain't gonna hold you guys up. Moving on. So, the Grizzly Young Vets, they blamed Diener for their loss against the Time Splitters last week. So, Diener, he comes out, and I wanted to burn my fucking television to the ground. So, he reveals that Santino Marella has granted him a match against one of them. So, Diener, like he did last week, lets the fans decide, and they want him to take him to have a handicap match. So, he punches both of them, and then basically, the Grizzly Young Vets, they defeat Diener in a quick fashion. They win with the grit your teeth. Excuse me. I don't understand why Diener is still on our damn televisions. Get rid of Diener, Moose, Brian Myers, Eddie Edwards, Frankie Kazarian, Eric Young. Get rid of all these guys. Enough is enough. Stop pushing these guys. Damn. Shit. Add PCO to that list as well. Moving on. So Alex Shelley, he interrupts Nick Nemeth's interview with Gia Miller. Alex Shelley tells him not to fall for the system's mind games as he gears up to challenge Moose for the TNA World Heavyweight Championship at Rebellion. Nick Nemeth says after he defeats Moose at Rebellion, he will be honored to give Alex Shelley the first crack at the title. Alex Shelley doesn't want to wait, and Nick Nemeth accepts his challenge. He kind of didn't want to do it. He kind of wanted to wait. So this actually does make sense. And I do think we might see the Motor City Machine Gun show up at NXT Stand and Deliver on WrestleMania weekend. I think that could be a huge possibility. So this is fun. Moving on. So Josh Alexander, he comes out. He's in his ring gear. So Josh Alexander gets on the mic and says that he's miss being in Philadelphia because the 2300 Arena is where most of the personal scores are settled. So Josh Alexander reveals that Santino Marella has given him an open contract for a match tonight. So Josh Alexander starts to call Hammerstone to settle their differences. So Hammerstone doesn't come out, obviously. So this leads us into, so Hot Sauce Tracy Williams comes out, who's fucking awesome, by the way. He's awesome. He kicks ass. So, he then challenges Josh Alexander to a match. And this match was solid. I ain't gonna hold you guys up. It was solid. So, Josh wins via the C4 spike. Post-match, both guys shake each other's hands. And then after that, Hammerstone comes out and beats the shit out of both Josh Alexander and Tracy Williams. So, Hammerstone puts Tracy Williams into the torture rack, which was great. Indy Brock kicks major ass. I love me some Hammerstone. Hammerstone is so fucking good. I just hope that he's going to be in TNA for a while and not just, he was in TNA for 6 months and now he's off to WWE or AEW. He should at least stay with TNA for at least a year. Because I want to see him be world champion. I really do. Moving on. So, Mustafa Ali, he is on the cover of PWI, Pro Wrestling Illustrated. And it's going to be out on April 16th. So Mustafa Ali tells Santino Marella he doesn't believe that Jake something is qualified to be in the exhibition due to his size. So Santino Marella says that the whole point of the exhibition is that there's no weight limits. Santino says that even Rhino could be in the exhibition. So Ali begins to talk shit about Rhino. So Rhino's right behind him. He demands a match with Mustafa Ali. Mustafa Ali turns him down. He already has a scheduled match against Jake something at Rebellion. Rhino says he didn't want a title match. He wants old school rules. And Santino Marella makes it official. Oh my God, this sucks. Again, can we get rid of Rhino and PCO and everybody else? Frankie Kazarian? Like, enough. Moving on. Eddie Edwards defeated Mike Bailey. Didn't even watch this shit. Fuck it. Moving on. PCO, he wants to settle the score with Khan and Monsters Ball. Who gives a shit? So, the FBI, they're coming to TNA Impact, which is great. This is great. Awesome. Awesome stuff. Awesome stuff. Can't wait. Moving on. So, Frankie Kazarian, he's talking about Eric Young and how he's going to get his revenge on him and everything else. Chris Bay interrupts. And, him and Chris Bay, they have some words back and forth, which basically sets up a match for next week. Who gives a single fuck? I love Chris Bay. He's awesome. He deserves better. Same with Ace Austin and Trey Miguel and Zachary Wentz. All those guys deserve better. All those guys deserve to be higher on the card. Man, I really can't stand Frankie Kazarian and PCO and Eddie Edwards and all those guys. I feel so bad for Chris Bay. I really do. Moving on. So, Rich Swann, he reveals why he joined forces with AJ Francis. So, Swann said 2 weeks ago he got betrayed by Joe Hendry to join forces with AJ Francis. AJ Francis refers to the new duo as First Class and says that Swann has seen the light. Rich Swann admits that he's been in a slump as of late. Rich Swann says that AJ Francis was there for him and wanted to take him to new heights. Rich Swann explains that Joe Hendry stole a victory from him in tag team competition and stole his spotlight. Rich Swann reminds everybody that he won the World Heavyweight Championship in an empty building during the pandemic, which means he never needed support of the fan. And then they both do the catchphrase, if you're not in first class, you're last. So this was okay. This gives Rich Swann something to do because AJ Francis is tied up in a lot of different promotions. He's doing stuff for GCW. He's doing stuff on the indies. And then he's doing stuff for TNA. So this makes sense. I mean, I don't give a shit about Rich Swann. I mean, the heel turn, it does make sense, but it's not really that important. Moving on. My bad. Tom Hannafin, he has a sit-down interview with Laredo Kid, which was great. He talked about his upbringing in pro wrestling and his luchador background. So he started in 03. Damn, I was in middle school at the time. I was in 8th grade at the time. Damn. Wow. So Laredo Kid went to compete in Lucha Libre in AAA in Mexico. Laredo Kid speaks on traumatizing experience of suffering an intestine issue, a paraded. So he suffered a medical issue. It was a paraded intestine, which I have no idea what that is. Thankfully, he was okay because he could have passed away. He even mentioned it on the interview. I'm like, damn. So that inspired him to motivate himself and to never give up and motivate others. So Laredo Kid then lays down a challenge to Crazy Steve at Rebellion, I think, because he was supposed to take him on at Sacrifice, but he had visa issues at the time. And he says that he's coming for the title. So this was great. I love this. More of this. Let's do more of this shit. This was fucking great. I always love stuff like this. Main event. Steve Maclin defeated Chris Sabin via the KIA, which is Killed in Action. So this was great. Maclin winning clean. That's fine. Again, I said it before. It seems like the Motor City Machine Guns are on their way out of TNA, which is actually great. They deserve to be on a bigger stage and bigger platform. I could easily see them in WWE over AEW. But that's just me. But all in all, TNA was okay. It could have been better. But what did you guys think? Like, comment, and subscribe. I'll catch you guys later. Peace.